peek review. This is the best and most informative one I've seen on the set so far.
Oh, makes me want to do the Cranky set ASAP after reading that.
Please do. I really like how extensive your review was. It was a wonderful watch.
Good morning, my dear humans. Mashu here, and God, I don't know what to say. What the heck is my luck with these sets? Both of the sets that I buy are arriving so early. What the heck? Genuinely, I'm like speechless right now. Well, after seeing how many people enjoyed the Bell Station train set review, everyone just said you should do the Cranky set, and I fully agreed. And I didn't expect to see comments saying like, hey, this was the best review of the set we have so far. It was like the most informative. Like, that means the world to me. This is the reason why I love doing YouTube. I've had enough of like study and school to do the things that I enjoy. I love you guys. I fully agreed in saying like, yeah, I should do it. And I finally got some money in after the end of the month, and I was able to use some of that money that I saved up, and I bought the Cranky set. I literally bought it yesterday and arrived today. What the heck is happening? Calm down. Let's keep our composure and let's just take this all in. So today we're reviewing the Cranky's Dockside delivery train set from the Motorized line. Rolls right off the tongue. It's very ironic to me that this set has Dockside delivery in its name, because the Thomas's Dockside delivery set from AEG Metal Collection was one of my first successful reviews from the modern era, and you guys, me included, seem to really enjoy doing that review. So how does this bigger 2026 Motorized Cranky version compare to this boy? Well, it has a lot in order to convince me, so let's do it. You guys have been waiting for it, you guys have asked for it, let's do it. I'm not gonna repeat the box template comments or like the before we start comments, because it's the exact same template as the previous set, so we'll just look at mere changes. One thing I noticed on the Bell Station set is that there's no metal logo anywhere in the box, even though there is a proper metal logo in like the separate cell engines. More than likely because the Thomas included in that set was made out of plastic. Probably just the same on cost, you know, I'm gonna tell Fisher prices. But in this case, I don't think the Motorized engines are too different compared to the separate sale version, so we actually have the proper Motorized logo here, which is pretty funny. I'll give you a real close-up look at the text this time, because I export my videos in 720p, and I noticed in a few videos, like the Maury's Adventure Play set, some of the text doesn't really come up too well on camera. Some things may be obscured, so we're learning. While we're at it, look at that boy. So this is the same. This is the same. I haven't looked at the bottom yet. Well, apart from a different code because of a different set, this is the same. I mean, the template here is the same, but obviously we get a different piece count. This set boasted on 15 pieces, but this one says 26. It's a good amount of track right there. I thought it would have been 30, honestly. I actually haven't looked at any reviews beforehand. I'm going in pretty much completely blind. I like to save myself the surprise. There's the backside. Basically the same template. And I'm noticing we don't have any choking hazard logos. So that appears to be good. Same template. Obviously a different set. And there's this description. Tom's description seems to be the same, but we haven't looked at Cranky's yet. So pause to read that. Same magnet notice. Okay, should be built by an adult, small parts. Oh yeah, the battery requirement, okay. And we have an open here tab that's slightly loose, so yeah, let's open it right away. This one was a lot easier in order to get open compared to the previous. This thing is just itching in order to get out. This is looking like fun. Let's do it. Oh, look at that. That's definitely different.
5 minutes later.
Okie dokie, we have a bit of packaging material right there, but I already opened everything up. So we have 2 paper bags, we have the papers. I already took the liberty of getting Thomas, the rolling stock, and this piece of cargo out. Very different feel, I gotta say. It's a very different animal. And we have all these loose pieces. None of them were inside plastic bags, but I've noticed these gray curbs. There was stacks of 4 in these little paper things. So we had a bit of protection, but yeah, pretty loose inside that box. Well, let's investigate this together, shall we? Right, so here are the instructions. They fold up quite big, basically like a massive map. So, main picture, copyright, what's included, there we go. There's the stickers. I already took out the sticker sheet, but it was taped on, but I already took it out. Helpful hints, they seem to be, oh. The crate is stuck, flip the cover to take out the crate. Okay, so another hand right there. There's the assembly, there's a lot of one-time snaps by the red stars. You know how much I love those. Not. I already flipped them over, so there's the track layout. That's how it look like. The display, we have 6 steps. Not the 8 steps from before. I think there was 8. And obviously battery information. It's just a wall of text right there. This is the battery, right? Whatever. Yeah. Just a bunch of languages. Is that Thomas? Oh, dang, that Thomas looks a bit unfinished. I think it's just supposed to be a template. Yeah. Pretty big instructions. We've got an extra sheet of paper here. Just seems to be safety lingo. Just warnings. It says, keep these instructions for future reference as they contain important information. Raise your hand in case you actually read. I'll be surprised. Here's the sticker sheet before I build everything up. So, a lot more English text as well. I'm very surprised because it's an international box. We have the solar market here. We have a receiving area. So, tunnel sticker. Welcome to solar sign. It's very nice. Look at that Thomas right there. It's very nice. And you have these 2 paper bags. So the adapter seems to be exactly the same. Yep. We got the same adapter, so I think every set will include 1 adapter only. The same pixelated logo. Taste the pixels. And we have this bag, so that includes the piece, and the other cargo piece. Same bag, but none of them seem to be choking hazard prevalent. I'll take those out. Oh yeah, before I open, it seems like my adapter bag got a bit of a printing mistake. But, I don't mind. Okay, so yep, the adapter is the same. No surprise. We have some vegetables. Very nice piece. That and the cargo piece. So let's see here. We got what seems like tomatoes. Got like little ball bearings or steel balls on the bottom. Triangle screws. And these are those cucumbers? Got the sets code right there. Okay, I'll build this. Oh yeah, I wanted to show this. Look at Cranky. Look at that face. I don't think I've had a Cranky with a better face than that. That's a really good Cranky face. But yeah, I'll get to building now. I was moving the box around the floor and I heard something rattling. And look what I spotted! Get over here, you! We love straights in this house. God, I gotta say, some of these stickers are getting a bit tricky. We gotta put one right there. Oh! Actually, didn't get that one too bad. And it has the same shape as the Fisher-Price logo. If Fisher-Price, you could reuse this and put your own logo right there. We can make like a Fisher-Price themed Thomas set. That's funny. Okay, I finished building the set, and I gotta say, it was a lot more simpler to build compared to the barrel delivery set. And I think the main reason why is because this major destination, you know, it's built up 2 components and they connect right there to this duck base. That's like the only major destination. Apart from that, you have the welcome to solar sign, which is right here on this piece of track, which curiously doesn't have connection points on this side. It just has them right there for the sign. But other than that, that's it. It's basically just a bunch of one-time snaps in the destination, and the rest is track. And it's even better because the track isn't like 6 straights long. It's very compact. It can fit in a lot of spaces, I feel like. You know, it just fits here, right here in my room. Just takes up about just 4 straights. It's still long. But now we have like a triple lane sort of layout, and it's very curious. What I found really funny, if I stand up and I look at it like this, apologize for my socks, it looks like a car. You know, that's where the people will sit. 1 wheel, 2nd wheel, It literally looks like a car. But before we play with it, gotta look at Thomas. So let's take a deep dive into him because there's a lot to talk about. Thankfully, during my dentist visit, I actually got some Duracell Optimum batteries because I knew that I was gonna get the set at some point. I don't know if it was gonna be in the future or it was gonna be fairly early. I just got some batteries. And it's actually good that I got some Optimums because I've heard from people that rechargeables don't work well at all with these. So taking advice. And since we already took a look at the cargo pieces, we're going to skip right through them. We're going to look at the cargo car and Thomas now. So the piece of rolling stock is fairly short in size. It's not as long as the one in the barrel delivery set. It has some very interesting wheels. It has those counterweights we talked about before. Thank you for the clarification. But they're very different designs compared to the ones in Revolution. There's a... Oh, I thought it said 2025. It says 2026, Vietnam. Set code right there. You have the magnets right there. Hello myself. And it has the tipping feature that we've seen before in the Diesel's lift and load construction set. But this feature has been found in plenty of other sets. You have the paint delivery set, you have the fix 'em up friends set, the Cassia crane and cargo set. It's been featured in plenty of other sets. I had a feeling this was going to be like magnet powered, like a magnet was going to pick it up on the truck. But no, it's a plastic thing. It's just there. So, from what I've seen, the car will go over here, and right there, it will tip. The cargo will go down here to the receiving area. There we go. It will go down the slide. It will go to the cargo. Cranky will pick it up since he has a magnet right there in this hook. He will spin. It's actually kind of engine powered, this space here. So an engine would stop here. Notice how that lifts. It'll be engine powered, moving by the wheels. Cranky will spin. And I think because the magnet will become loose and then will drop to the cargo car. Very neat. Do wonder though. Does it work double-sided? No, it doesn't. Okay. So it's just right there. Ah, yeah, because there's a little plastic tab right there. So it's part of the set. Right. It's time for Thomas then. So this is the first time I'm touching a motorized character from this range. Obviously, it's just Thomas. Just get my metal boy over here and let's see. So the rivets are much more noticeable in those plastic variation of the metal characters I'm noticing. The number one looks better here. They still got the handrails, I think they're called. Cab things. Cab. Okay, they're open on both of them. Dome is pretty thick. It's yeah, the motorized one is quite thick. The whistle isn't painted on, that kind of sucks, but we have cab windows, that's nice. They're part of a sticker. Kind of sad to see that the whistles aren't painted. I'd say, I controversially say the whistles are sort of one of the most important thing on Thomas. Is the face bigger? Sorry for this rough angle. Face is bigger. Lamp is fairly similar in design. No front magnet, obviously. Buffers aren't painted on both sides. We have a lamp detail. Yeah, bigger on the motorized one. Alright. Bottom, obviously we have screws and... oh, we got the train ticket. That's cute. Made in Vietnam. And I don't see the set code. It seems like this is just a stock standard Thomas. So sadly, we don't have a special face. But whatever, it's just one of the first sets releasing for the line. And it's actually kind of ironic that Motorized got some very big sets for Wave 1. You know, Wave 1, if that makes any sense. 2026 copyright, right. I like to see that as the train ticket though. And yeah, instead of a switch, we have a button. I mean, it's still a button switch, but it's just a button, not like a lever, shall we say. And it's a one-time push. It reminds me of an RC Thomas that was released in Revolution. That was just an easy to control one button, either forward or stop. Reminds me a lot of that. And the magnet on this one is loose, so it can move around. It can sort of twitch, I guess. And this screw is the one that we will use right there to open them up. Now, before I open them up, I wanted to do a fairly big test, and that is with the magnets. So I know that these are basically dumb magnets, but I haven't actually seen if someone has tried to do them double-sided. So I know, yeah, that's gonna work. Is it double-sided? I'm not gonna be surprised if it isn't.
You failed!
Yeah, I knew it. Look at that. Trying to move it, not. I'm out of here, son. So, yeah, not double-sided. So, an engine's gonna work. Okay, so that works. But it will deny like that. Okay, so the magnets are not double-sided. They're just one-sided magnets. I'm not surprised, but I had like a very sneaky suspicion it might have been. But, so we can do something like that. And we could do that, but we can't do we cannot do that. It's denied. Okay, all right, just wanted to get that clear. All right, I opened them up, got the batteries out. So that's how the switch would work. Very simple. I thought the switch was going to be loose in there, but it has a little mechanism by 2 triangle screws, so it's just pushing a bit of pressure right there. That's good. It's gonna push the button. Triangle screw right there holding the face thing. I noticed that since the face is bigger, yeah, the pixels right there look a lot better. Notice on this one it's kind of a bit crunchy, a bit in the face. But looking at the motor, yeah, this is definitely different. It's very looks way better quality than the motorized railway engines, because those had like metal like at the outside of the battery area. It was fairly knockoff-y, if that makes any sense. But yeah, this is very different of a design. I basically, in Revolution, they had like the chassis, which was the main building block, and then you had the top bit, which was like a cover that had the running board right there at the top bit, and it was more like cosmetic, so you could put the cover on like any chassis and it would be, you know, compatible. But here it seems like they're doing their own designs for each of the engines, so it's very different. Put a battery right there. Oh, working straight out of the box. So yeah, very different design. I'm gonna have to get used to that. Screwed him back. Does it work? Look at how easy it is. Okay, so it seems like it takes a second. So when you hold it down, it's sort of like a digital press. So it's either pressed or it's not pressed. So that is on or off. I can do this all day like a fidget toy. Okay, it's time to test this. I'm gonna use the tomatoes first. And we will leave the engine on go, and we will go through the middle where pretty much nothing happens. So let's see. A lot of plastic cracks. Okay. Going by very fine. Bit slow, but it's one battery. Let's switch. And we'll see how it goes to the receiving area of the solar market. Oh, I did it. Alright, let's stop. Just like that. Look at that! That's super cool. I want to try it with the cucumbers. If they are cucumbers. Look at that again. Let's just stop. Wow. That's some good work right there, Cranky. You could go actually fairly high with your little thing. But there's obviously a lot of pressure going down. This is a bit heavy because of your magnet. Let's try with the cucumbers. Mash it at the old bin switch! Get it? Switch. It'll be the same thing, just different cosmetically different, we can say. Go ahead. Go about your day. Nice! I really like that. We'll see it happen again since we already did the tomatoes again. Alright. Maybe go about your day. Take your time. That's super cool. I really like that. It's just... we can easily stop. Now I can finally do this. Yeah! Double Thomases! Haha! Finally got a tag team. Go on. Gave you a nice calm run. We'll switch. Imagine if they did like an Annie and Clairville, like in the Motorized line. That'd be really nice. I know they exist for metal, but you know. I mean, we could have like a motorized version of the Welcome to Solar sign. We could kind of like recreate that. He's going on very well. I'm not noticing like any major problems with his motor. I think I got a really good unit. I didn't get a defective one, I don't think. Give him the cargo. Yeah, the cargo is making like a lot of noise. It's kind of like wobbly because of the magnet. That's how we'll tip. We can easily just take something out because of the magnet. Very nice. Very easy to play with everything. But they're going about really nice. I think my Thomas has a lot of lubricant. I think the lack of lubricant was like the thing that was causing the really bad power in some of the units. But I think mine is perfect. That's really good. I got really lucky with mine. Let's stop it. That caused a lot of noise though. There was a lot of plastic clacks. Just very loud. So I think that will do it for my review on the Cranky's Dockside delivery train set for the Motorized line. And for my first Motorized set, you know, it was a big one, just like the Solo Animal Park one that's available as well. It's not available in my area though. I really liked it. I'm really liking the new line. Now obviously in terms of cons, obviously we have dumb magnets, that was expected. But they seem to be fairly strong. I'm not noticing too much. They seem to be kind of strong, I think. Got a good click there. Tomex is crying in the background. Alright, pros and cons. What can I think? So, pros. I love the destination. I like how it connects these two pieces together, and I think they both look really nice connected. I think if they had to make one destination piece, and this was the result, they did it quite well. They look very nice. Didn't have to place any of the water anyway. Like the whole dock was just one piece and we had to place everything into it. Another pro, I like how they still give us two cargo pieces. That's really nice. The construction had 2 barrels. The paint delivery set had 2 buckets. I like how they continuously do that. But I can't think of two cons. One con is that even though we get adapter, we don't get an extra switch to connect to other sets. So we don't get a switch or a ramp like right here. Even though the barrel delivery set had an extra switch and a ramp. So that's kind of disappointing. I know someone would go outraged like, oh, I paid 85,000 CLP for this and it did give you an extra switch and ramp. Like, bro, it's not that big of a deal, but I can understand that's a bit of a con. And another con, which I can kind of think about this, is that there's a lot of plastic noise. There's a lot of rattling when the engine does its features. So, like, it works perfectly, but there's a lot of like, there's a lot of noise. But other than that, like, this is a really nice set. I really liked it. You know, what's important here probably isn't the set or the features or the fact that I have a lot of track now that I can make custom layouts. I have 2 sets worth of track now with, like, more than 30 plus pieces. It's not the engine, it's not gonna have multiple things to play with. Maybe it's about the friends we made along the way.